Nori woke up, and the whole room was filled with this soft blue morning light. And right there, curled up next to his favorite sketchbook, was Echo. Now Echo was this tiny, wonderful little creature made entirely of pastel blue magic, and it was just glowing ever so faintly, so warm and calm. In the quiet room I felt so safe, so comfortable. But then, just like that, a quick little spike of fear pricked at him. His heart did a little jump and he thought, "Oh no, what if someone sees?" So he leaned in really, really close to Echo, and he so quietly it was almost just a breath of air. You have to stay hidden. And this is where things get a little sad. See, in Nor's mind he was trying to protect his friend, but all Echo could feel was the fear in Nor's words and its soft, happy glow. Well, it started to dim, all clouded with confusion. As they were on their way to school, Nori's panic just kept growing. And anytime someone walked just a little too close, poof, Echo vanished, just like that, fading right into the sketchbook. But all this hiding, it was really tiring. It took so much energy from both of them, kind of like a little battery draining way, way too fast. Then in the school hallway, with all the noise and all the people rushing around, Nori felt this sudden hot feeling, shame. And in that one moment, he slammed his sketchbook shut, just slammed it. And the light, it was gone. The fear had suddenly become so much louder than the magic. And now we get to the part of the story where we learn something really important, that sometimes silence really, really hurts. Once they were in the classroom, Echo tried to come back out, but it wasn't the same. It was so much smaller now, and its light was just dimmer. Nori, he tried to draw, but his pictures, they just felt empty because, you know, for creativity to really work, it needs true feelings to help it come alive. Echo made a tiny little sound full of worry. But Nori, he just shook his head and whispered those two quiet words, "Not now." And for Echo, hearing that, it felt like a real sting. Like when you get a little poke. When Nori tried to silence that important magical part of himself, it actually hurt. Nori just knew he had to find a safe place. And the only place he could think of was a locked bathroom stall. And right there in that small, quiet space, Echo could finally come out again, and its soft, gentle glow started to return. But that peaceful moment, it didn't last very long. All of a sudden, they heard footsteps outside, and then a knock on the door. Nor's panic just shot right up, and of course Echo felt it right away. Its calm, soft glow just shattered. It started flickering like a broken light bulb, all wild and unstable. It was trying so hard to hide again, but it couldn't. It just felt all glitchy and confused. It was just too much fear. And as the school bell rang, Echo was gone. The space next to Nori was totally empty, and the silence felt so heavy. Their connection, it had broken. And that brings us to the last part of our story. So what really is the price of making something so beautiful just disappear? Later, in the quiet hallway after everyone had gone home, Nori slowly opened his sketchbook one more time, and Echo came back. It was still so small, and its light was dim, and it looked just completely worn out. But it was there. And you know, that just goes to show you that love can come back, even after it's been hurt. Echo looked up at Nori, and it wasn't angry. It just made this soft, questioning sound. It wasn't saying, "What did you do to me?" It was just asking with its whole being, "Why?" Right at that moment, a teacher walked past the open door, and for just 1 second, Nori paused. He almost did it. He almost let Echo be seen. That moment of courage was right there, so close he could almost touch it. But his fear won, and he closed the book again. But later that night, something inside Nori started to change. While he was drawing, he did something small but really, really important. First, he just stopped. Then he picked up his eraser. He was making a choice right then and there to start over. He took his eraser and he wiped away that small, dim shape he had drawn on the page. And then he drew it again. But this time he made it just a little bit brighter. It might seem like a small thing, but it was the start of a huge change deep inside him. And as he drew that brighter shape, guess what? Echo softly reappeared right beside him. It was still dim, but its light was steady. Now, Nori was still scared, sure, but for the very first time, he was also
okay,
aware.
little one.
He really looked at his friend. He was truly seeing him. And you could just feel it. The choice to let his magic be seen was coming. And so this story leaves all of us with a little something to think about. You know, Nori was just starting to learn how to stop hiding his magic. And it makes you wonder, doesn't it? How can we let our own special light shine?